Good morning, Sagittarius. I hope you are well. I mean, this energy is like really super crazy. I don't know if you noticed, but particularly challenging this week. And I did in the community post something I've noticed about, and I've heard about the astrology of it all. And with Pluto and Mars, and it's just a mess. And really, it's not a mess for us, Sag. That's what I wanted to point out. I mean, it's really more of a mess with everyone else, okay? Because things are being upset. The balance in the world is shifting. And so here's the thing, and the thing for us to remember as Sagittarians is that this is the energy that we actually flow in the best. But it's going to be a little wackadoodle with everyone else. And so, it's about uncertainty. It's about change. The world is shifting. And if you notice what's going on out there in the world, although, what happens with celebrities really doesn't affect our daily life, but there is like this whole air of so many truths being revealed, and people in power and in the eye of the world have been taking each other down. And so I basically feel like, people are going to be struggling with the changes, but it isn't something that Sagittarius typically struggles with because we're very comfortable in uncertainty, but with, there being so much stress and frustration in the air, and the astrology is just horrendous with Pluto. I feel like it is. And I talked about this somewhat because I saw it in a reading months ago about how we as Sagittarians and everyone else is going crazy. If you really check in with yourself, we're not going crazy. But, it's usually a good idea for us to just stay out the way. I said what I said. Let everybody go crazy, to be honest. Do everything you can to stay grounded, because it does feel like, revolution is afoot, y'all. And it's showing up here for you. Protest, start a revolution, and slow down and celebrate yourself. As all of this stuff goes on, I really feel like, people in general will be looking to us because this is energy we're comfortable with. And, as the world changes and as, we've always thought differently. We have never gone for, the status quo. And so I do actually feel like we may be a stabilizing force for people. I said what I said. I said what I said. It's like there is a revolution going on, and you want to make sure that you're out of the way. And that's what I feel is happening. I don't actually feel like Sagittarius's energy is bad. I feel like it's everyone else's energy, to be quite honest with you. And because if you see here, butterfly spirit is here. This is your channeled message. Like, the universe is telling you that there's a lot of change happening. And a rebirth is assured. Changes are coming in. And so, like, at the bottom of the deck is wombat spirit and eagle spirit, with turtle spirit. Slow and steady wins the race. Be at home, which is, pretty much saying just, stay grounded. Let everyone else go as crazy as they want to. We know that things have to change. Like, because that is our energy. We don't usually freak out with changes, to be honest. Oh, felt the universe talking to me, y'all. Okay. So it's like as far as people go, we got distance here with someone else and challenges. It's just like it's so crazy. It's so all over the place and everyone in everyone else's business. And I feel like as people are being challenged and being forced to actually, confront themselves, it's a good time for us to create distance. I'm just keeping it real. Let people do the healing that they need to do. We don't need to involve ourselves. I know that sounds really crazy, Sag, but sometimes it's just a good time to just stay the whole way out of the way. We will be important at some point because, we always think differently. We don't think like in a traditional sense. We are very nonconformist, and that's going to be necessary. I mean, it really is. It really is, because I feel this, Sagittarius. Like, I feel like Sagittarius is going to be a stabilizing force for people during these changes because the world is changing and it's going to keep changing. This is what's going to be happening for the next 20 years after, Pluto in Aquarius goes back into Capricorn for a short time and then it goes back into Aquarius, and that's really where we're accepting the changes, in my opinion. And people are dealing with a lot of, confronting wounds. There's so many truths coming out that, I feel like it's really stressing people out because they're starting to see the people that they put on a pedestal, they're being knocked the heck down. For real. So, that's my little rant on the world. But, as far as what this transformation is about, you know, the Hierophant, the Nine of Wands, and Judgment reversed. People, here's what's happening, Sag. It's like people are trying to cling to beliefs that don't work anymore, belief systems that don't work anymore. And, so with the Seven of Wands, it's really important for you, Sag, to stay in your truth. Especially as people might actually challenge you, with the Seven of Wands being here. And I feel like on some level, it's like knowing something you've always known, knowing that things are going to, come apart, and really sticking to what you believe, because I feel like this is about what you believe, Sagittarius. The Hierophant are belief systems. You know, people aren't like, there's change afoot and people are really going to be pushing against it and making you feel like you have to defend your own beliefs, and you really don't. And that's when people start getting like that. It's a time for you to pull yourself back, and not change what you believe. And it's just crazy, if you ask me. It's crazy. And so it's really, really important more than ever, Sagittarius, that, as we approach this cycle, and I feel like you may be feeling it as well, maybe feeling like you have to defend yourself, defend what you believe. But this is coming from a place of people being afraid of change. And I feel like this is outside of you, Sag. I really do. And so it may be necessary for you to protect your own energy as these things are happening. And I said what I said. And you may feel that. You may really feel like that's happening. But I feel like it's what's happening in the world because so much change is approaching, and it's going to come a time where people are really paying attention to you because you do flow with change. You do have belief systems that are outside the box, and so you may even be thinking about now about the beliefs that you have clung to and how can you flow with things changing, because they are. They are, and I feel like people are like people are having issues with it, you know. They're having issues with it, and I don't even know what to say about that, but you may notice that in your environment too. Like the more that people try to cling to belief systems that are changing, the more they seem to attack you for the different way that you think, the different things that you believe. And so, just saying. Just saying, Sag. So what's interesting is that there are secrets here, rebellion and flirtation. I actually feel, Sag, like it's like a double-sided coin. It's like people challenge you for your beliefs, and then you're attracting a lot of people that actually are attracted to the fact that you think differently. You're attracting a lot of attention with Venus and Sagittarius, like literally, it's like people are starting to really, you're going to find too that people are really attracted to the way that you think differently, and you may be surprised by that. There's a lot of Venus energy here too, and I think that Mars is joining with Venus pretty soon in Aquarius, right? And you may see that like people are going to come out of the woodwork, like in terms of people attracting to you. You had no idea that were attracted to you. And the thing that they're attracted to you about is how you're different. How you're different, how you do things differently. And with the Ace of Wands, the Moon, and the Five of Swords, you probably are going to find that there are some people coming out showing interest in you that you didn't really realize were interested in you. And I kind of feel like it might be a little overwhelming and you don't know how to take it, but it very much feels like people, because the more the world changes and because you adapt to change so easily, they may actually be flocking to Sagittarius because we know how to stabilize that energy. We know how to be comfortable with that energy. And so it kind of does feel like people are going to be coming out of the woodwork, showing interest in what you have to say, in the way that you do things, Sagittarius. And even though, like, at first, it's not going to feel that way. It's not going to feel that way because you may actually feel like people are questioning your belief systems, right? And the fact that you don't go the traditional way necessarily. And I also feel like Sagittarius, we tend to think differently about relationships. And so I feel like people, at one time, they may have felt as if you were like a self-sabotager or non-committal or whatever it is that they always think about Sagittarius. But the more that the world turns towards this outside the box energy, the more that people are going to turn to you, right? And see that you were right, and that, people are struggling. People are going to be struggling with their beliefs, with the systems and the belief systems that have been in place for a very long time. A very long time. So they're really going to be paying attention to what you have to say, to what you believe. And yes, some people are going to be challenging that. Some people are going to make you feel like you have to defend yourself. But even more than that is that you're going to be getting a lot of attention. People are really going to be listening. And it may really send you running for the hills. To be honest, like you need to protect yourself. But for some reason, Sagittarius is at the forefront of this. Now, you'd think that like Aquarius is at the forefront of it, right? And it may be Aquarius too. It may be because they think different. They see what's happening, right? It's so interesting, Sag. It's so interesting. I feel like at the end of the day, where you may feel overwhelmed with the attention, it's that people really want to hear what you have to say now. You know, it is what I said. 8 of Wands, Hangman, and High Priestess is here. Yeah. Because we do so well with this, you know, and so I feel like we might be overwhelmed by the Pluto energy because it brings things up to the surface. Yes. So, I don't know if that seems like a weird message to you, because it seems like a big message, Sag. And to be honest, like you can just choose to 9 of Wands it, not rise to that challenge, especially as people might be challenging you. You know, understand that they're just struggling with the changes and trying to cling to beliefs that don't work anymore and won't work going forward. Oh boy, Sag. That is an interesting message, isn't it, Sagittarius? Okay. And that's why I've been, you know, kind of taking a little slower here, because I don't, it just has kind of felt low vibrational, the energy, and I don't really deal with that. So, let's get to it. So, what is challenging to Sagittarius? What are the challenges coming in? Ace of Cups reversed. Jeez Louise. Challenges. 10 of Swords. Five of Wands. Yes, I feel like you may be struggling to be understanding with people. Yeah, it's like 10 of Swords. Like people are kind of like acting out of a place of pain and just looking to fight, looking to cause problems, looking to question you, right? Or to purposely, 5 of Wands, misunderstand you. And with the Queen of Cups, you're supposed to be understanding, but yeah. Queen of Cups and Temperance, just be at peace. Don't entertain it. Don't entertain it. Understand that this is what's happening. There's a cycle completing. The 10s are completion. You know, and wow. Okay. That is so interesting. So what is good about today? What's good? What's good? Queen of Swords with the Hermit. You see it. You see it. And, you know, you see also that maybe even the world, the people you're dealing with, whatever, there's this like mass healing going on. Right? And especially with a lot of truth being revealed. And so I feel like you also see that you need to hold yourself back. Yeah, 7 of Wands again. You're not involving yourself in any of that. and you're going to pull your energy back. And also, I mean, you understand what's going on is basically what's happening. And so, you know, you will just sit back and let these things just come out. Let these things happen. And, you know, you're not going, with the Hermit and the Seven of Wands, you're not going to engage in any of this. Okay, well, I like that. So what is the advice for Sagittarius? Queen of Wands. That's right. Stand in your power. What is the advice for Sagittarius? The Magician. I feel like it's telling you to stay positive, stay in your power, because, you know, that is what you're going to manifest. Four of Pentacles, even more energy about, yeah, about just focus on being grounded and what you got going on, you know, because everyone around you is going to be crazy. Is really going to be crazy, Sagittarius. Knight of Cups, Ten of Pentacles, the Chariot. Somebody may be coming towards you with, oh my goodness. Knight of Cups, Ten of Pentacles, the Chariot, the Two of Cups, the Four of Cups. I feel like someone may be coming towards you with a love offer. Okay? And you do really care about this person. Two of Cups. You do care about them. Because with the Ten of Pentacles, this is like a long-term offer. But I feel like this comes in really quick, and I feel like you're telling this person that it's not the right time. That it's not the right time. With the Nine of Cups, you have some things that you need to do. Yeah, I feel like Sagittarius, you're not really, for a lot of Sagittarians, you're not really focused on relationships. You're really focused on pushing yourself forward and concentrating with the Three of Pentacles on your work or whatever you're doing. That seems to be like your focus. Yeah, I just feel like you feel like it's not the right time. That's interesting. Sagittarius. So Valentine's Day is going to be interesting, Sag. And my advice to you is to stay out the way, because I feel like, and they have said it, you know, that emotions are going to be running high. People are going to be very intense on Valentine's Day. Thank you, Pluto. Thank you. So let's take a look and see what you need to focus on. What does Sagittarius need to focus on today? It's so funny because I really do feel like you're going to find that there are a lot of people interested in what you have to say, Sag. But also a lot of people, it's almost like a split, like people, you feeling attacked or overwhelmed by that energy. So it's like feeling attacked and getting a lot of interest in what you have to say. No. What does Sagittarius need to focus on? Courage. Ask for what you want. The lion is the king of the jungle. Appreciate the beauty inside and all around you. And that's entirely true. Even though everything seems crazy, there is a beauty to that. And really kind of, I don't know, maybe give people grace. Pay attention to your dreams and what is being told to you. Because there's something specifically in dreams that may be, because we were seeing the need to take a risk, right? There's beauty in the chaos, Sagittarius. Beauty in the chaos, and whatever the messages are that are being sent to you have something to do with your freedom. Whatever that freedom is that you're looking for. So, wowza. That's what I have for you, Sagittarius. I hope you have the best day ever. Toodles.